Dylan.
Oh my God, Dylan, another one of our sheds is shredded. We need you to go pick him up right away.
Is it the same spot as last time?
Yes, it is.
Okay, no worries, I'll be right there. Alastair McLeod.
Dylan, as I live and breathe.
Do you need a lift, my friend?
Do, sir.
Hop in.
Nice to see your face.
Too. Alright.
They're a good band as well, you know.
So Alastair, I guess my very first question for you while we go through our drive today is, what inspired you to be a chef?
Dylan, it's nice making people happy. You know, really that's what it is. And of course, the craft of cookery holds a certain fascination. I mean, initially, you know, the alchemy of, you know, whisking a meringue through a base and it turns into a souffle, there's a certain magic to that. But then that can leave you after a while. The thing that has sustained my interest is produce itself. It's the ultimate lie detector test. If you don't have good ingredients, you cannot make good food.
So another question, obviously, you were born in Northern Ireland.
Yes, sir.
And then you've done a lot of work through Europe and done Michelin-starred restaurants there.
Yeah.
And now you've settled in Australia, Moreton Bay, the beautiful Moreton Bay.
Yeah.
So what brought you here?
I mean, the first reason why I came here, Dylan, was my mummy's from here.
Oh, there you go.
And so I was always coming here, and I've been here almost 30 years now, despite how it sounds. But the thing that has brought me to Moreton Bay was the produce of this region, you know. All of Moreton Bay has a proud farming past.
Absolutely.
A farming present and a farming future.
Absolutely.
And to be able to showcase that, you know, it's awesome. 10 years ago, they would have said to me, hey, handsome Alastair. It's my story, Dylan.
Tell it the way you want to.
They would have said, hey, can I get the recipe? Whereas nowadays, like at the Moreton Bay Food and Wine Festival, instead of saying that, they say, where did you get those ingredients? And that speaks of a real maturing in our food journey. I think journey's a TV word, but you know, the food narrative, where we're at the moment. And you know, if you think about the tens of thousands of people who come through the door of the Moreton Bay Food and Wine Festival, I mean, that's a key part of it, is them wanting to celebrate their backyard and celebrate community, but it's to celebrate the primary producers of this region. And that's just a lovely sort of layering of reasons to go out and be together.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very clear that you're passionate about local produce, supporting local. What is your favourite ingredient to utilise in a dish?
Dylan, what's my favourite child is what you're asking me, you know? I mean, there's so many things that we use, you know, from this region. I love the fact that, you know, in the cooler months, the vegetables that are pulled from the earth, i.e. that are from beneath the earth, things like, you know, breakfast radish and little baby turnips and heritage carrots and all that sort of stuff, kohlrabi. I love the way I get a clear sort of sense of seasonality, and then when it's a bit warmer, you know, brassica season, things like cavallo nero and kale. Oh, the answer to that is passion.
Oh, beautiful.
It's fervor.
What a nice little segue there.
It's zeal. Because you know what? To cook well, Dylan, you just have to want to cook well.
Absolutely.
And so without that ingredient, when I go into the kitchen, I wouldn't be the cook that I aspire to be without a desire to want to do it.
Yeah, perfect.
Phew.
What if I make it, I don't know if it's going to be an easier question or not, but what do you think is an underrated ingredient that people should use more that isn't currently being utilised to its full potential?
Okay, let me just go back to my friend kohlrabi there. But kohlrabi, when you peel it and maybe dice it up, steam it or blanch it, it tastes exactly like broccoli. Broccoli stem.
I actually love broccoli. It's one of my favourite vegetables.
And so when people say, I don't like kohlrabi, it's because of, you know, just haven't tried it before. If you can get it into people's mouths, it will be an absolute revelation. To get serious for a minute, Dylan, you know, food really is a medicine in many ways.
Absolutely.
And so you want to eat nutritionally dense vegetables. And where are they to be found? They're to be found as closest to where we're standing right now, grown by people who are growing regeneratively, restoratively, organically, biodynamically, and, you know, from between Samford, where I live, at the bottom of Moreton Bay, right up to Bribey, and then right up the whole edge of the Diaghilev Range, there's dozens of little small lot producers who are doing stuff right. Right meaning regeneratively, restoratively, organically, biodynamically. And that, that's important, and there's a whole lot of other messages there, but we just want deliciousness and well-being.
Perfect. And touching back on tricks or cooking tips and just learning the basics, because my mum was very much the same. I'm one of 4. She taught all of us how to cook. She said we all needed to.
Yeah, good, lovely.
What would you say is like 3 main cooking, tricks, tips, skills that you must learn?
In terms of tips for cooking, I would say there's no correlation between how tricky a dish is and how delicious a dish is. What you cook at home can far surpass good food in a restaurant where things are cut into funny shapes and made into dots and foams. The heart of good cooking is good ingredients. And then probably the other key thing is the use of seasoning.
Yes.
That salt ingredient, which cooks will blather on about a lot. Even that Miguel fella, that Spanish fella.
I've met Miguel once or twice.
He'll talk about that too. You could, Dylan, you could make like a wee chocolate mousse, blindfold a pal or a significant other and get them to taste it, and they would go, "Oh, that's delicious, Dylan."
Yeah.
You could then put a little flake of sea salt on it, give it back to them, and they'll go, "Oh my gosh, that's even better. What did you do?" And you haven't made it taste salty. The salt has elevated the taste. And so good use of salt will improve your cooking immeasurably.
If you were, I'm just jumping track, but if you were going to host a dinner party for 3 guests of your choice,
yes,
anyone at all, who would they be and what would be on the menu?
Oh my goodness me. I mean, I don't really feel the need to sit and have dinner with Bono, from U2, the greatest band in the world that we gave you, Dylan.
Yes, you did. Yes.
It would be with my mummy and daddy.
Nice.
It would be with my mummy and daddy and my wife Ashley, and Clancy would have to come too. So
Clancy
it's 4.
can come. That's okay.
Yeah. I realise increasingly that the craft of cookery is about making people happy. I think it was Mark Twain said you can live for 2 months on a single compliment, because really food is a conduit. It is the thing that brings people together.
Absolutely.
And I cook for people I know and don't know every single day of my life.
Yeah.
And what is rare for me is to sit down with family and be able to break bread. We would probably start with something really delicious. It could be just a really bright salad that is a reflection of the season.
Yeah.
Something that sort of sets the scene and whets our appetite for what is to come. Maybe in winter time here, which I always think of doing stuff like curries.
Oh yeah.
And we love a curry, and I guess what I'm saying is you might expect a chef of considerable repute to give you some sort of chefy dish, but that wouldn't be the case at all. I think it would just be a beautiful curry with maybe some coconut rice. I like coconut rice.
Me too. Well, speaking of food, Alastair, I'm feeling a little bit peckish. We've got a bit of time before the festival. What do you say we grab a little road snack?
You have my full attention.
Beautiful. Here's a little something I prepared earlier just for you. Alrighty, I hope you like seafood, Alastair, because we've just been to Morgan's.
I love seafood. And
6 fresh oysters for a little bit of a mukbang before we head to the festival.
Mukbang, that's a lovely turn of phrase. I think I just may need a pint of Guinness if you can.
Oh.
Man, they are flinty, they are briny, they are just a real expression of where they've come from. And that's all they need. A wee spritz of lemon. Anything more than that is a sin.
So as we enjoy these oysters, or you do, what can we expect from you for this year's festival in 2025?
I'm very excited, Dylan. It's a real privilege to be asked to be the cook for the Tastes of Moreton Bay Pavilion. So what we're seeking to do in that pavilion, in that kitchen, is give an authentic celebration of the producers of the region, so that we can look at the plate and we can trace all those ingredients straight back to the earth from which they were pulled, the oceans in which they were caught. What I'm going to seek to do is I'm going to have some of the primary producers there so that we can talk to them, and so we can then be fueled by their passion for what they do. And really what I would hope is that it will foster change. It will have people consider how they do their shopping, and will perhaps change their golf swing a little bit, because we have got such a proud panoply of producers in this region. They should be on people's menus, you know. It's a very exciting thing, and we're doing, you know, lunches and dinners all weekend across the Moreton Bay Food and Wine Festival. And if people were there last year, they know they're going to have a good time. People who haven't been, you're in for such a treat. You get such a snapshot, a one-stop shop of everything, of the people and producers of this region that we call home.
Speaking of, it is nearly time for you to hit the stages, hit the pavilion. So I'm going to let you finish your snack and we'll head in and we'll start this festival.
What am I cooking again?
I can't remember.